Alrighty. Welcome to the Book 1 review. Book 1 is called Runes of the Gauntlight for Abomination Vaults. I'm joined by all the players here today. So, how I'm doing this is the initial rating is just for the book overall, and the little fun thing at the end is to see if your rating changes by the end of the book after you review it and have a little more time to think about things as we go through the book itself. All right, so like I said, I'm joined by Aaron, Justin, Sam, and Joshua today. Yes, the original cast that was here this will be a little bit different than my my Quest of Frozen Flame book 1 review because of that, but we'll soldier on through. So, initial ratings of the book overall in terms of your experience. You don't have to. Just your overall thoughts on it, Aaron. We'll basically for each section we'll go clockwise to the table and then counterclockwise to the next section. So, Aaron, out of 10, what would you rate book 1 of Abomination?
I'm gonna give this an IGN 7 out of 10.
Okay, and Justin,
6.5.
6.5. All right, 0.5s are allowed. So, Sam,
honestly, I'm having fun with it so far. The initial experience, I probably would say like a 7.5.
okay, and Josh, we know that you're newer here, but what would you rate so far?
I'd have to say at least a 7 or an 8.
7. Okay, we'll put
How
7.
far in did I come into?
At the very end.
You're in chapter 4, the final chapter. So we'll start with. So I said, Josh, you won't have too much to comment on here for a while, so kick back, take a cigarette break, whatever you need. But you can listen to their feedback if you want. So chapter 1, A Light in the Fog. Rin Savinksi, one of Otari's most enigmatic citizens, suspects something dangerous grows in the nearby ruins of the Gauntlight, keeping asked the heroes to investigate. The heroes explore the ruined manor and its strange lighthouse, leading to their discovery of an unknown complex below the ruins. I don't know what that copy paste issue there was. So, in terms of the books, or each section, or each chapter, we're gonna have likes, dislikes, a favorite memory, and any questions behind the curtain. And basically, if you want to know anything that I've modified, or if there was anything you were curious about that I modified, or anything like that. So, or creatures, anything like that. So, chapter 1, we'll start with Sam, since we're skipping Josh on this one. So, Sam, likes about chapter 1.
The setting.
The setting.
I like the setting. They painted a pretty good depiction when we were first exploring Heat on the outskirts of it.
Okay. Justin, any likes from this is the upper level with even Tangletop and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, same with Sam's. Like, I like to just here's some decrepit ruins, figure out what's going on.
Okay, so the investigative part of it, you like the investigation. Okay, and how about Shelly over there, aka Aaron?
I like Tangletop.
Tangletop, hey, that's fine. All right, Tangletop.
No, I thought it was interesting. I liked the initial haunt of Balcora. I thought that was fun.
The blood of Belcora.
Yeah, I thought that was
one of my favorite.
A cool introduction into like the dungeon setting.
Mm-hmm. I love the vampiric mist on the top.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yeah.
that thing just slaps, dude.
Yeah.
That was the first time I was like, I remember when Reese was one of the members, her eyes when she got hit for like that, when she got crit by that thing, it was like, I almost died. And it was like, yeah. Dislikes book 1. We'll start with Aaron. We'll bounce it back.
Dislike. I don't remember.
Okay,
I honestly don't remember disliking much about chapter 1 for sure. If anything, I just like that the whole thing was open. So, because like I'm looking at all these chapters, I'm like, we did a little bit of everything, like kind of mixed. So it's a bit hard to remember what was just in chapter 1. But I don't have any dislikes right now.
Okay. Justin.
Tangletop.
You dislike Tangletop?
I thought Aaron was
like half-heartedly, but it's just like, oh, it's a like a pygmy wacky character.
Okay.
Honestly, if I had to say my dislike, I felt that it was very easy in the beginning.
Well, remember, you guys are coming in at level 2. You guys are supposed to be level 1 going into that keep.
Okay, that's fair.
not having a whole archetype, not a class.
You can
feat,
still
like,
hold that opinion, though.
That's okay if you thought it was too easy. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I've
You're
listened
right.
to 2 podcasts where, trust me, going in at level 1, shit can go bad real fast.
yeah, I
Real
mean,
fast.
I guess that would have made a really big difference for us because we were level 2 going in there. But I don't know, for the path we took, it was very straightforward.
Okay. Favorite memory? I'll go with Sam first.
Tinkle Top.
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness.
No, I like just finding Tingletop, getting the shiny, and then possibly hoodwinking Tingletop to actually go down. I mean, we obviously stopped, but that was a fun memory.
That was a
Yeah.
good time.
Like almost getting him killed was kind of.
Yeah. Like, not as common,
Because
but
the best part was like the person I remember rolling that behind the screen. I'm like, that's a natural 19. And he believes you wholeheartedly. He's
yeah.
going with you. I'm like, oh god, this is a dead character.
Yeah.
There's a dead NPC coming up.
Oh, I like the formation of Baby Squad.
Baby
Oh,
Squad
okay.
was formed here. Baby Squad.
That's true. We had
We don't have that many
Sprig.
babies. we're like an old timey. So many babies died through like getting like whooping cough. We don't have that many. We don't have that many
The
babies. in here.
1800s trying to get through Oregon Trail
we
over here.
if we just keep making babies, though, we can power through.
We'll power through everybody. So it's
The
fine.
baby squad was Sprig, Gretchen, Thassa. They're all dead,
Yeah.
Mhm.
technically speaking.
They're dead.
Yeah.
They're all dead. All right. Okay, cool. And do you guys want to know, is there any behind the curtain stuff you guys are
Yeah. What's
curious?
the stat block of Tangletop?
Tangle
No,
Top?
I don't really have any behind the curtains for this one.
No, I'm curious. Like, how dead would Tingletop have been?
Oh, he was a level 2 creature. He would have gotten... Like, y'all would have been able to take him down 1 floor, but if y'all had taken him down any further than that, he would have been splatted instantly. Pretty much. He was of your guys' power level, put it that way. When you met him. He was level 2 when you met him.
Behind the curtain.
I'm trying to remember because that was a while ago.
There wasn't really much I modified on the
Yeah.
keep. I actually
Such
liked
a
the
long
keep
time
a
ago.
lot. The only thing I modified was the pit. Like, there's a part in the pit where it's like, if you dig down far enough, you can skip straight to the 4th floor. I'm like, no, I'm not giving that option to my players. No,
Everybody's dead.
like, no, it's just a pit. It's just a dirt pit. I'm like, no, this is no. It's like, for your determined players. I'm like, nope.
Behind the curtain was aside from the, well, I guess for this part, for chapter 1, was there an instance where we would have died that you kind of fudged it without telling us?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't until chapter 3 with the gibbering mouther.
Yeah, I know with the gibbering mouther for sure.
Yeah, gibbering. Okay. So we'll move on to chapter 2, the Forgotten Dungeon. Gauntlight's dread beam animates the dead in Otari's graveyard, and the heroes must help quell the undead uprising. Now certain that the Gauntlight poses a danger to the town, the heroes return to face a cult of Morlocks who revere the site's one-time ruler, Belcora, as their ghost queen. So, book 2. Aaron.
I liked the returning to town, even though it felt like we did that like in chapter 3. But I liked returning to town and having like a little battle, like a with the town folk.
The little graveyard.
Was
thing.
that chapter 2? Can
Yeah.
we like put that there?
Technically, yeah. I mean,
We'll
it's,
put-
yeah.
We'll say yeah.
Yeah,
here,
you guys returned when you were level 3,
Yeah.
but it's a chapter 2
It-
instance.
yeah,
no, it's a chapter 2 instance.
we stayed in the house for a while, but we got
You
out.
did.
And it was I thought that was fun to like
And fighting with Captain
yeah,
Longsaddle.
it was it's cool being like a skeleton fighting skeletons that just don't give a fuck about you. I thought that's a memory, but yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the undead ignoring you, and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Okay. So returning to town, Justin.
Yeah, I like the graveyard.
Returning
scene,
to town
too.
scene. Okay. It's a pretty big scene.
Mhm.
You guys didn't like the fucking horror monster down below?
Well, I was actually going to say, I did like
I honestly don't
the
remember
various
that.
monsters. What was his,
There was a horror
something
month.
face?
The Grothla.
Rot-face?
The Grothla. Yeah, Rotface. Yeah, Rotface, the
Rotface.
Grotla. Yeah, that thing. You don't remember that? horrific creature.
Yeah, while you guys were fighting the boss, I went in and encountered Rotface and like almost died to him. Y'all don't remember that? Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, this is the boss you guys fought. And he said, he's like, Rot face, come in here. And that thing like scurried through the wall and like almost beat the shit out of Conway.
It was last year.
Like Conway like legit face
I don't know.
that
Yeah,
thing.
I was like, me and him went down, but you guys were fighting the other boss, and y'all killed that boss before I killed Rotface.
Don't remember that.
And you guys, this was also in here, the Major Domo, the one that kept ripping your guys' shadows and kept summoning shadows to fight you guys.
I remember that.
That's a dislike.
Yeah. that was the
Dislike.
That's a dislike because that one felt a little bit drawn out. Like,
What do you mean? Of course it was drawn out.
just
We
like,
just kept creating
okay,
doubles.
All right, okay.
Chapter
But
2
yeah,
is
I would say for me the likes was definitely the versatility of the creatures we
Zaz.
came across.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Zaz? I mean, you helped him clean up, and he's like, "No, don't make it dirty again."
Yeah. We had a lot of interaction with a lot of
Oh,
different
yeah, I
types
had
of things.
Gretchen like shake
Yeah.
off in the
Yeah,
room.
shake off in the middle. It was like, you're gonna get it dirty again. Yeah, good times. Chapter 2.
We used to have a damn dog in this party.
Chapter 2 is Borbo, the doll.
Oh, yeah.
Borbo.
Borbo.
Wait,
Jeremy's son that we murdered. Yeah, players.
edit that one out.
Oh,
Yeah, I like Borbo. I'm glad we killed him.
Yeah, into some.
he sold for like 50 gold.
Yeah, that's pretty much a kobold.
Wow,
That's pretty much a-
that's a
sorry.
dark
That's
reference.
the whole camp of gold.
The whole camp of kobold.
I'm gonna remember that.
All right,
I'm gonna
so
accidentally lay on hands.
favorite memory. We'll start with Sam for book 2 or chapter 2.
Definitely the captain being launched off and gripping the wall for dear life.
Grab an edge actually being used as a reaction.
Yeah,
So
that
Captain
was
Longsaddle,
that was hilarious.
and then he.
We all thought he
killed-
was dead, and you're like, no, he held onto the wall. He's good. We're like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That is a special reaction everyone has
yeah.
for
We're
free.
like, oh shit, okay.
Captain Longsaddle. Okay.
We just rid him off, and you're like, I'm gonna have to fill in a whole new character.
Oh yeah, I was like,
I derailed my own
I
campaign.
might have just derailed my campaign here. Justin.
I remember using that fireball necklace.
Oh, the
Oh yeah, the
I actually
three
used
charges.
an item that didn't
Yeah.
recharge.
Yeah. No.
Well, you had the three.
I had the three
yeah,
charges.
the three
yeah.
charges. Or yeah, the 3 balls to throw at them. Yep.
I actually used an item. Easy.
All right. And Aaron over there.
I liked interacting with Blorbo, releasing him into the ether, and getting brownie points with Pharasma.
Was
I
this
think
before brownie points?
no, I interacted with Pharasma for the first time. I
Yeah.
think here,
That's
and
true.
I
That's
thought
true.
that was interesting. We have a relationship.
It's Facebook complicated.
It's
What'd you
Facebook.
say?
Fireball
It's
beads.
Facebook complicated, and it keeps getting more complicated by the chapter.
The
All right.
fireball beads was the most Thassa ever.
This is true in terms of damage.
Thassa was used.
You didn't do damage today.
I healed a bunch. I learned how to heal you. Kind
Yeah,
That's true.
Automatic combat.
Supplemental
You're still
healing.
useful.
Damn.
Just make the ground super slippery.
So behind the curtain, I will let you know that encounter at the graveyard was completely enhanced. It was not supposed to be like that at all. It was supposed to be 2 skeletons, 3 zombies.
Well, we didn't.
I like
I
how
feel
it
like
was.
we were supposed to do that a lot earlier,
You
and
were
we just
supposed to do it a
we
lot
just
earlier.
stayed in the
Yeah, you gotta stay in the
Gauntlight.
vaults.
Yeah, we lived in the vaults for like a month. It felt like.
So RP wise, it just made it to where the Gauntlight's beam had grown more power, and so when it shined, it had more power.
I liked the encounter with it. Like it was a lot of fun. It was a change of
It
pace.
felt like the stakes were more like
There
higher
actually were
than
stakes.
if there was just 2
Yeah.
skeletons.
Yep. And what's kind of funny is I did that with the Sunday group as well, the with Quest for Frozen Flame. Like in their at the end of their first chapter, they essentially their rival tribe raids them during a ceremony, and it's supposed to be like, oh, here's a wave of 3. Oh, here's a wave of 2. Here's a wave of 3 tougher ones. That's supposed to be it, right? Nah, bitch. I made it 10. 10 motherfuckers came in at the same time. Half of them were fighting like the actual like other members of the tribe, and so like it was actual like it felt like chaos because we were actually going. Granted, I was like, all right, so just let you guys know to speed this up. If we're on this side of the map, I'm just gonna roll all of their attacks as a group just to say because like it's just like for cinematic purposes, you know. And so but it was cool. It still felt super chaotic. Like their own tribe member, they went from having 82 members to 72 or 70. They lost 12 people in that one night. So like, I loved cranking that shit up because it actually, depending on how, like, obviously you don't do it all the time, but when done with caution, I feel like it's a lot.
DM tip: you should crank it up. Like that's for anybody that's looking to DM. If you can, you should probably just trust your players and give it just give them a crank up. It always feels good to like feel like you're using your kit, using your entire kit.
Yeah,
as
I agree.
a character. Some of my best memories with this system are when it was like difficult and not like not sure I was going to make it out of it. And I think that's where where Pathfinder 2e shines, is when there's like a difficulty spike that you don't know you're going to make it or not, because the combat in this game is where things shine.
Yeah, I agree. Because since I do the stuff for my son, really hard to have it balanced. I've come really close to killing his whole entire group.
Yeah,
It's easy to do.
Yeah, and it's
easy
stuff
to
that
do.
I'm like, well, they should be able to handle this.
yeah.
And they're not. And then with the Pathfinder stuff, it's like everything is either pretty much
Moderate is moderate.
at the margin of what I'm looking for and hoping for,
Yeah.
or higher.
Mhm.
Because sometimes we've come across stuff and we're like, oh crap, we might actually go down.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's not just super simple and super boring.
So yeah, my tip for DMs out there: give them a hard challenge once in a while. Like,
Yeah, so I believe in what I call the plus system. So, like, the moderate budget for encounter is 80 experience worth of monsters, and then severe is 120, and extreme is 160. I don't ever do extreme plus because it's pretty much a party wipe, unless you're giving the players some sort of uber power or something.
mhm.
Severe or moderate plus meaning I use 100 XP. It's not 120, so it's not severe, but it's a crank up from moderate, and same thing with severe plus. That's like, I'm gonna budget 140, then really turn up the fucking heat here. It's gonna, so this, if you got enough bad rolls, it's gonna end up really fucking bad. So I definitely believe in the plus system too. So on to chapter 3 here. The heroes explore Cult of the Canker. The heroes explore a sprawling library now inhabited by a group of scholarly and sinister ghouls who call themselves the Cult of the Canker. The heroes might also follow the trail of a long-dead hero, Otari Ilvashti,
We
who
did
got
not.
trapped within the vault. No, you didn't follow
We
that
did-
trap
we
to
did
your
not.
near doom
We
or
did
anything. No.
not.
Not at all.
I almost feel like you guys went 1-3-2 in terms of your
Yeah.
progress.
A little bit.
All right, chapter 3 likes. We'll go with Sammy Boy.
Honestly, my favorite part about this one was the Tower of Flesh.
Oh,
I thought that was like
the
super cool, and the way you explained it, the rotting flesh on the pillar, and the cult or the cultist canker or whatever was eating it.
Mm-hmm. The necromancer was
Yeah.
like and fucking ate that shit, and it was like, oh god, like they look rejuvenated and very happy. Like, oh, that is disturbing.
Yeah, like that was really cool. I like the way that they make use of everything. Like everything makes sense. It's not just like random stuff just there, just lying around. Like everything's kind of tied to something.
And you guys had the flesh like tailors there too. You had the ghouls like actually tailored flesh and everything. But how about you, Justin?
Yeah, it felt like a good, just nasty undead. Just
The
like crawl.
classic dungeon, classic feel. We'll call
And
it.
it made for some funny moments, like the Paralysis Sisters. When we
Yeah, yeah.
encountered the ghouls.
Mm.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, where we were getting paralyzed by
Paralyzed
all
back
the
to
ghouls
back.
and stuff.
And then the door opening contest that led to the gibbering
Oh,
out
that
there.
led to the
Mhm.
gibbering. Yeah, I regret
That's one
certain
of my favorite
things.
memories.
How about you, Aaron?
I liked the painter girl here, the calligraphy ghost.
Yes,
we
the-
came
the-
through it
the-
right
yeah,
before
the
the
teacher,
library.
the drow teacher.
I liked her. I like ghosts that are kind of like doing their
Ghosty
doing their
duty.
things and
like
like
stuck in a purgatory loop.
yeah. I think
Huh.
that's fun.
Yeah, at the time she was super friendly.
Instructor- What's her face?
She was super friendly back then.
Yeah, I don't know. Were we supposed to make her unfriendly?
Yeah, that's like
Were we
behind the
supposed to
curtains.
fight her, or
But
could we have like
The only thing that kept you guys from being able to befriend her was the fact that Jeremy at the time, when he tried to go into her back room, and she said, "Hey, get out of that room." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go grab what's on the desk."
Okay.
That was the only reason you got, because
Oh.
it like specifically states like, if the character refuses to leave, she instantly enrages and feels betrayed, blah blah blah, for other reasons. But
Bit of a white woman moment.
Yep.
Don't go
dislikes of chapter 3. Anybody?
dislikes of chapter 3.
The paralysis.
Bro, sisters.
Yeah, I felt like certain abilities that they got were a little crazy for our
Maybe
level.
Dude, that's standard ghoul bullshit.
Yeah,
dude. That's
yeah.
standard
Just-
ghoul bullshit.
But
Maybe it's
did you
just like
up the
the-
numbers?
No,
No?
no.
The
That's
path that
crazy.
we took, I felt like a lot of the encounters were like tight hallways, and I know that's like
Yeah.
dungeon problems. Like 101 is like everything always feels like we're like in a conga line,
Mhm.
but that's just
The library was one of the actually one of the only places where you guys actually had room to fight.
mhm.
In terms of like the boss was actually a big room, the necromancer, and when you guys fought the ghouls in that hallway, that was actually like a 3x hallway, which is like usually it was 2 or 1.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, that's actually nice. But everything else was like 1 by 1, 1 by 1. But I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. But favorite memory for chapter 3.
I like starting the door opening wars with Sam. I think that was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
Door.
I'm still
Until
having
we
fun
almost
doing
died.
it. I'm still having fun with it. Least favorite memory was the gibbering mouther.
Yeah. First
Encounter.
unofficial party wipe.
I'm not too happy about like the wiping. Feel like something that we should have just not like. It's not anything against like the book or the party or anything. I just that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I
right,
liked
Justin?
the gibbering mouther because it put fear in people's hearts.
Yeah.
Also, like finding the Simpsons
Mhm.
couch,
Oh, yeah.
The Simpsons
Yeah.
guy.
The first level up.
Mhm.
and then Shelly started getting her backstory.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of the
Yep,
flesh
from
pillar.
the basically you took the cup of that was used to make the statue. No, yeah.
We don't know anything. We're in book 2 now. Maybe we'll know stuff here.
For me, the favorite memory is definitely Shelly's backstory, her being eaten and devoured and ripped apart. Absolutely the best
Oh my
memory that I
God,
have.
That's so toxic. That's so toxic.
You know what? Maybe I did like the gibbering mouth there.
I think,
Worst memory without a doubt was the gibbering mouther. I had to play that out for a couple sessions where he was traumatized over a lot of different sounds.
Oh yeah, I guess that was when Thassa converted, right?
That's
chapter 4.
Technically,
Kind of-
chapter 4.
Kind of everything.
Chapter 4 was you guys.
Everything else.
Chapter 4 was what kept you from getting to book 2 for a long time, just because chapter 4 is actually kind of dense. Anything you guys want to know about behind the curtain, or any questions about behind the curtain for chapter 3?
I know technically we wouldn't have.
Outside of the gibbering mouther, which is
The
obviously hand
old man, because technically this would have been like in,
the mysterious
in
stranger.
between 3 and 4. The interaction where he killed Gretchen, was that like happy
That was planned
coincidence
between.
or that was planned?
between.
Yeah.
I was always
Justin
curious
and
if it like the crit
But-
kill was
But he
planned or
actually
not.
did roll dog shit.
Oh,
on it-
okay.
On that fucking.
Oh, okay.
Reflex save.
I wrote dog shit. Wink. Even if I
No, I
did-
think it was actually a 2 though. Like I think it was legitimately a 2.
I said it was a 2.
Oh, he said it was. Oh,
I
okay.
rolled
okay.
was like, that's a 19. 2.
Yeah.
But even
Oh,
then, it was
okay.
lightning bolts. So it was like it would just
Yeah.
blast her anyway.
Yeah. No, the thing, but that was actually enough damage to double up
Yeah.
max HP. Like,
So if she just regular failed, she still would have been zapped.
Oh, okay.
Mysterious Stranger is a, how I put this. There is actually a Kobold Warren that does trade with Otari. The Mysterious Stranger in his appearance is obviously 100% me. That is not part of the story.
Mhm.
Mysterious Stranger is not part of the Abomination Vault. Paizo has never done a Mysterious Stranger. Like, like, I'm not saying they've never had someone who's not been identified yet, but if you met them in person, they generally would give you the name, unless it was a kind of creature that didn't want its true name revealed. But even then, they would give you a fake name. So, no, that is 100% my crafting.
Okay.
So, chapter 4, Long Dream the Dead. The heroes delve into Belcora's old chambers to stop the Gauntlight's immediate threat. After the heroes encounter the ghost of Otari Ivashti, they receive a dire warning of what lies even deeper in the vaults. Likes about this book, Sam. Oh, actually, Josh. Josh, hello there. Sorry, we'll go ahead and wake him back up. Josh.
What?
Chapter 4
What's that?
of
That's
the book.
chapter you were in.
That's the chapter where
Oh.
Stitches came in.
Oh.
Which
You were
part
giving
did-
birth.
What
Yeah,
did,
so-
what did you like? From
What do you like
here
about
until
the
end?
overall setting of the overall chapter, Jen?
Huh. Overall, I did like it because it's, to me, I saw it more of a puzzle.
Okay, so
Not, okay, maybe not puzzle is not the right word, but it was more trying to figure out what's happening, like a
Mysterious?
mystery, yeah.
mysterious.
Like when we were in the one room with the tub that
I knew you were gonna bring up the
Don't
fucking
touch
tub.
it, open, touch it.
I knew you were gonna bring up that goddamn tub. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually listened to that episode the other day. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. The fucking yeah. So if we touch it, we touch it. Okay. And then it looked at you the last time right before you left. You're like, okay, we're not touching this anymore.
So with Stitches, the way I've been playing him is he's still a kid
Oh yeah.
because he's, although he knows what's what is, he still asks questions just to make sure he's
Yeah.
thinking right.
He has he has the intelligence of an adult, but the maturity of a teenager, pretty much ish. Like, yeah, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive. There, that's a good way.
So when we were doing the tub thing, I was actually having a lot of fun with that.
Oh, I was having fun
Like-
with it. Yeah, no, I was having fun too.
It wasn't just doing the tub, it was with Convoy being there. Like you could feel him rolling his eyes like, stop, stop,
Stop
Stop.
it, please.
stop. That's the feel I kept getting when I kept looking over at Sam. And yeah, that's that. We'll say that's actually my favorite memory. We'll go with that.
Okay.
But I actually enjoyed the other part where we were at the crypts and I was stuck in the crypt with Shelly, and I had nothing to do. Legitimately stuck in a, what was it?
a story
like
moment. You were stuck in
a cutscene story kind of thing going on.
Yeah, I was stuck in a cutscene.
You skipped
that
the
I couldn't
cutscene.
skip.
An unskippable cutscene.
I could.
You were
move my
running around
character
it. You were running
run
around
in
it.
circles, and that's all I was
So
doing.
you're
like
saying it
running
was a Metal Gear
circles.
Solid cutscene? Is what you're telling me? Like no. All right.
Yeah.
Sam likes in terms of the chapter or setting or story, I guess.
The likes,
Mhm.
the severity of everything.
Elaborate
yeah,
a little
that-
bit.
I get it.
Knowing that where we're having to be more cautious a little bit now,
That's true. Yeah.
but at the same time, we have been moving a little bit more with the sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been like you streamlining us or
I
anything.
appreciate the stakes rising in this chapter a
Yeah.
lot. Like,
Because it's been very
Cranking it up, you know what I'm saying?
relaxed. Like we're still coming close to dying and everything, but with this particular chapter, I feel like what we've been going against versus where we're at now, it went from like a 3 to a 5.
In intense or
Intensity of it.
Intensity or
Yeah,
severity.
like it's not just hack and slash, like not have to worry about anything, just straight up fighting. Like especially with the chains, that
chain
character
lady?
we just
Dude, I'm
that could have
telling
been
you,
way worse.
Dude, I've seen or I've heard so many people nearly TPK to that when they're level 4 going into that thing
Mhm.
because that thing can crit you. So if it crits you, you're bleeding, you're grabbed. It's just a
Yeah.
bad time. And the thing is, there's no cap as to how many people can be held by those chains. So like it can get really bad. Fast. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that there's a little bit more intensity to the interactions and the combat.
And that the creatures you're going against have more tools against you too.
Yeah, like it's not just look like if we went against ghouls, I'm not really worried about the ghouls anymore at this point. Even with the gibbering mouther, I'm not really too worried about that.
Mhm.
But when we came across that thing, I knew like we gotta hurry up, kill it.
Or you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like I was worried Myrtle was gonna get like crushed or something.
Oh
from
yeah,
the,
actually
from the
swallow the hole
chains.
and die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a nice change of pace.
All right. Severity. Got you.
It's hard to like separate like the actual book from like the character stuff we're doing because like
you can it's what happened during the chapter.
Like,
so
I
that's
liked
fine.
not playing Thassa anymore.
Hey, no, you're good. That's fine.
I loved how Thassa died. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
I
like
thought that
Do
was
you guys like that?
yeah,
Yeah, it was
absolutely.
fun.
You
I
like
thought-
how the dog died?
I mean, I don't like that I wish we still had the dog, and like I hope we find out more about like Myrtle's like past.
like I have like nuggets. It's just hasn't really.
Yeah,
It's like I pitched the whole thing to Liam's like, yeah, sure.
I feel like it's been pretty Skelly heavy on the like the information that we find out, but like she's kind of like intertwined. She's really
Well,
intertwined with the.
I mean, how do I
the
put
vault.
this?
Like
Nim-
Sam's character's like literally from Tianxia, so it's hard to like find like ways besides like we have to like directly ask him like why do you feel this way about this while here I'm finding out my past, my present, and my
Mhm.
future while we're exploring. I imagine we'll be finding out a lot more about Stitches. Like,
Oh,
in
I got
book two.
a whole thing for Stitches, like how I put it, because that's one thing I forgot who I was talking to about. I was like, I think I was talking to Aaron about last time we did a recording. I was like, yeah, I'm sure Joshua. There's a part of Joshua that's kind of disappointed. He's like, wow, that's cool. I'm here, and we solved my character's backstory 2 episodes later. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, sure. No, there's a whole. How I put this? When book 2 opens up, you guys are gonna have some vignettes, some cutscenes, if you will, that I assume you guys as adults will be adult enough to not use as in-game knowledge, but it will be like actual cutscenes of your past either catching up with you or something in regards to your past coming back to you. So there will be more drama. Your story is far from over, Stitches. Do not worry.
And in regards to Kamui, like the only reason we haven't really discussed like some of it, y'all haven't really interacted with me too much in that aspect.
Yeah,
and
but we're like we barely.
Myrtle's still mad because of
well, that's what I'm saying.
She's been stabbed how many times? She's been stabbed
played-
more by you than anything else.
But that's the thing. Like I've played Kamui the way like Kamui actually is, and he doesn't really acknowledge you as who you are now. And then the comments you've made against Gretchen, like he's actually had that against you, where with you, it's an internal battle because you're technically evil.
Yeah,
and
and now he's coming into a divine.
Yeah,
since it's probably even harder. He's like, oh no, that's fine.
but you've also shown him that there's evil, there's good, there's the good of having evil around, and then like people that are bad but can still do good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, things that are inherently evil doesn't make them evil.
And then with the puppet, he doesn't really. The puppet's a puppet to him right now.
Yeah.
So he's still fresh. You're the only person I've actually interacted with long term, because Myrtle is technically a whole new person to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember what chapter that is, but I did like the Thassa and Kamui interaction where like you stabbed her.
Oh yeah, where I thought she was my master.
Yeah.
Oh, the
spooky
whispering
book?
reed.
Yeah,
I thought
that was a fun scene.
That was
In the elevator.
I thought I was going to kill you
technically
so much.
chapter 3 and 4 because you're going. You guys went from the floor going up.
I thought that was probably one of our best sessions, though.
That was a kick-ass
Yeah.
session. That was a kick-ass session.
I was so worried I was going to kill.
Yeah, it came close.
Yeah,
it came really close. And the only reason that I think it worked was it had if Thassa didn't have Gretchen as a companion, you wouldn't have been able to get the book far away enough, fast enough before you would have killed her.
Yeah,
like it was the only because 40-foot movement speed. It was the only thing that like was fast enough to get the book away from you.
And then I missed with
it was crazy. It was so crazy.
The attack.
One of the reactive strikes.
The reactive strike when Gretchen tried running away. If I would have hit.
Yeah,
Like-
you almost killed Thassa. That would have
Yeah.
been
Right.
so tragic.
Oh,
Thassa would have just
From her corpse sprouts a weird mushroom who's a psychic.
Oh Jesus.
We're getting into stuff that was pre-chapter 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But
literally.
I'm excited to see what happens next.
All right. Dislikes, Mr. Aaron.
Probably enemy variety. Like that's one of the things that I liked and disliked. It's like I felt like there was enemy variety, and then there was a bunch of wisp. I felt like okay,
Facts,
wisp,
though.
time for wisp,
Yeah.
time for wisp,
Yeah.
time for wisp, and then these wisps disappear, these wisps don't, and it's like okay,
And then
I
we
got
get
it.
the whip that can actually hurt them.
Yeah, at the
And
end.
now there's no more
At
whips
the
at
end, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that's it. But overall, like I feel like the severe or the more severe boss
Severity.
encounters were better. But
So like jaw.
but the enemies were a little less like the smaller encounters were a little less interesting.
Like I love the jaw Mesmin encounter. It's such a
Mhm.
fun encounter.
Was he
to
the
run.
wormy?
No, that was the druid with the wolf.
Oh
companion.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like
That was
I
a-
like
we had
especially
dog
because we had the
battle.
Gretchen and dog
Yeah.
wolf battle. That was so kick
Yeah.
ass.
Can we get a
Dog
Can we
fight, dog
get
fight.
Myrtle a dog? Like
I
Too
could
soon.
technically just
Too
like
soon.
I could
Right,
take
right.
animal
Too soon.
companion and conjure a water elemental that looks like a dog, but
wouldn't it be?
no.
Wouldn't that be fucked
Okay,
up?
but only if we call it squishy.
Wouldn't that be fucked
Yeah,
up if you made a dog
Or
that
puddles.
was Gretchen?
Yep. What's Gretchen back?
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
No,
that's a rough
no.
word. That's a
Yeah.
Pathfinder
That-
word right there.
Well, I don't think you should say that. I
No.
don't think you should say that.
No.
Whatever it is backwards.
Yeah, we'll just go with puddles.
But yeah,
Piddles.
there were the
Enemy
boss
variety.
liked the boss encounters, disliked like enemy
trash.
variety. Yeah, the trash felt
The trash pull.
Trash
Trash
felt like
pulls felt
trash.
like trash
This,
pulls.
this is a MMO raid now.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Justin, dislike.
I mean, yeah, same thing. It's just like, oh, it's the wisps. All right, just AoE them all down.
So wisp overkill. Okay. How about you, Sam?
I don't know if it's because we kind of rushed past because I know I like streamlined it in this area, but the walkway to Belcor's chambers, like it seemed very anticlimactic.
Okay. The only reason that was anticlimactic is because you guys didn't get stuck in that hallway like 90% of players do. So what ends
Oh,
up
because
happening
I
is
ran
that's
through it
actually
all?
a puzzle. That's actually a puzzle room where you're supposed, like, you're literally, like, essentially what's happening, you guys kept descending. You're supposed to infinitely descend until you realize, like, well, okay, well, something is very wrong because we're just infinitely descending. We should be on, like, round 10 or 12, and there's not been a door. Because, like, what happens is, if you go all the way around, you don't meet that check to see the wall. When you come back around, it's just walls. So there's no, you lose the doors. Like, it becomes an illusory hallway, and you just infinitely descend until you finally find the door.
Oh, great!
It's
So pissing,
fucking horrifying.
annoying the shit out of me with the sword worked very well.
The only reason that you guys didn't go around in circles for eternity was because of the natural 20 that Sam rolled
Yeah.
on his
Yeah.
perception check behind the screen. That's the only reason you guys did not get trapped in the hall. Every other podcast I've listened to, or any other GM I've talked to, they're like, yeah, my players fucking hated that section because they got stuck there for in-game like 5 hours.
Ugh.
You know, not at table, but in-game like
Yeah,
5
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
That's still a while.
that's rough,
Yeah.
dude. Because like most players, are like, oh, this is a way we can get to the bottom of the vaults. You know, maybe we can go see Belcor or something. And it's like, oh, you know, we're not going to fight her, obviously, but there's like, maybe this was her way of scouting. It's like, no, you're just stuck in a hallway, dude. You know, and there's like, yeah, but no, you guys,
Oh, okay, that
yeah,
makes sense.
You guys actually overcame a massive time waste. It's a time wasting puzzle,
Yeah.
and you guys passed it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a little behind the curtain for you.
That was my dislike. I was like, man, this is just like
It's just
streamlining
here.
right to her.
It's just like here.
I do have a behind the curtain question.
Sure, I mean,
When we were in the room with Balcor with the bed and all that stuff,
Mhm.
was she actually talking to us? Like you said that she looked and like she was looking at us.
So that no, because my thing with encountering people that are higher level than you is I'll always the way I explain power levels to people in terms of like if someone out levels you, like what would that mean in a like real life if that was a thing, like if people actually possess magical power. And the way I've always described it is imagine, I'm sure you've seen a campfire, and then there's bonfires, right? You know, and then there's like massive, like if a building is on fire, it almost hurts getting within 20 feet of a building on fire because that fire gets so hot.
Yeah.
I describe that as like if you're level 5, that's like being a campfire. Being level 10 would be like a bonfire, and level like 15 plus would be like a building on fire in terms of like how much energy you radiate out of you, like just your overall power capability. So no, I would have given you some little snippet about that. I've been like, you feel some great energy, and like, no, it was just a pre-recorded message.
Okay.
Essentially, the person that entered the room, she eventually looked at that person in the room, and
So
then
it was just complete coincidence.
It was complete
Somebody
coincidence.
entered the room. She
Absolutely.
looked at them, thought it was us.
Yep.
Okay.
it was just a vision.
That's what favorite memory now.
Favorite memory. You have a favorite memory in this book?
I mean, I've got a lot of favorite.
You have I have the tub.
Tub would definitely be one. But you know what? No, I'm gonna go with my actual favorite memory was when we went back down into that kitchen room, and we went into the room where they found me, and I stayed there trying to figure out what was going on. That to me was like a very surreal moment for Stitches. Like he knows something's there, but he can't
put his finger on it.
He can't put his finger on it. And this was like one of the first times where Stitches just thought, like he got lost in thought. And every other time in every other interaction, Stitches is just there like, what's happening? Like looking back and forth at all. So behind the scenes, the way I see everything that's been happening is Stitches is kind of just there, like
going with the flow,
and just keeps looking up at everybody, back and forth, like, what do I do?
Yeah, basically, he doesn't feel like he belongs with the group.
Exactly,
yet. He doesn't feel like he belongs. Yet.
Also, he has he feels bad for Kamui. Like
Kamui?
Yeah, he feels bad because.
Do you know the Kamui?
So from the very beginning, all he sees is everything that's happening, and it's hitting him like a brick every single time. And it's just like he wants to give him a hug to make him feel better. But he doesn't, because he knows Kamui doesn't want that, even though he wants that.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the way he sees it.
Yeah.
And then he sees Shelly kind of like a mama person.
Like a mother figure.
Yeah. And, well, you're
That's
like the,
You're like the blue ant. Yeah, everybody's blue aunt.
Nah, just be honest, Myrtle's just a bitch.
It's in her name.
the redheaded stepchild that nobody wants.
Damn.
But there and appreciate it.
So he's jealous of you.
Yes, actually,
Literally.
he's pretty jealous because you guys actually interact with her way more than y'all do with him.
But but it's. I think he expects that too.
Yeah,
just because he's
definitely.
new.
He's new. He doesn't know you guys yet. Like I said, he sees you as the mama figure because you talk to him.
Yeah, because you're a weirdo.
And you carry me around.
Skelly's kind of just like down to talk to freaks.
Official Rasta banana. I love that. I love that.
Oh yeah, the Rasta banana is
Rasta banana.
great. I love carrying Stitches around.
No, but yeah, the full surreal moment. Another part that I did like was when we were going into town and I scared the crap out of the guards.
That was fun. I enjoyed role playing that. The fuck is wrong with that door? You see that? No, what you talking about? I swear that thing looked at me, man. All right, Stan, what you got? Favorite memory of book 4.
When we realized that the void glutton bottle would have made things so fucking easy. Like just the sheer acknowledgement and realization that we had the freaking answer the whole time. That was great.
Well, the funniest part is like generally he rolls bombs on those exploit vulnerability. He usually crushes that. Usually, or even if he fails, it's like, all right, I'll just get it round 2. And then it was like, I didn't get round 2.
Was it like 4 rounds in before anything?
Yeah. Well, it was because it was like round. Yeah, y'all got like round 7 or 8.
It was low rolling for that whole encounter. I felt like everybody was low rolling.
It was like the last round that you actually.
And then the darkness fucked shit up for. Oh god, yeah.
that was actually my favorite one though. The whole darkness encounter and then the bottle. It was really interesting. It was a change of pace.
That's obviously completely behind. That's all created. Like the bottle thing doesn't exist.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but
was the void glutton?
No, that's canon. No.
Oh, that is canon?
That thing, like the thing is, a lot of people will TPK to the Void Glutton. That's because the GM doesn't read the description before they go in. It's supposed to toy with you because it doesn't see you as a threat. It's 4 levels higher than you when you meet it the first time. It does not see you as a viable threat. So it's actually supposed to just toy with you. Basically, it's supposed to like cast nets on everybody, root them, and then be like, and like kind of like literally toy with you until you bring it to like half its hit points. Then it actually starts like playing tactically smart. But usually by then you had enough time to kind of figure out what it is, and all that
4
kind of
levels
stuff.
higher though. That's rough.
Yeah, it's an extreme encounter. You guys did not encounter. You guys did not go against that as an extreme encounter.
Yeah.
Because you guys were one level. No. That you guys that was actually was an extreme encounter. I didn't raise its.
Maybe you did one thing.
I know I did. Oh no, I lowered its AC by 2.
Yeah.
Because its AC was bullshit. So how I put it, Kamui at the time was still a samurai using fighter proficiency.
Yeah.
Would have needed
the thing that hits a
Yeah, I
lot.
did a plus
needed
16.
a 16 to hit. It was like a 17 to hit. It's like, bro, y'all would have needed a 19 or y'all would have had a 10% hit chance. That's best case scenario. It's like, no, fuck out of here. Like, that's bullshit. Like, I know it's supposed to be an extreme encounter, but generally speaking, extreme encounters, you're supposed to be able to roll as not playing a fighter. You're supposed to be able to roll a 16 and hit the target. That was not the case. It was 18 or higher. And I was like, no, lowering it to 16 because that's how every other extreme encounter I've ran has done, and it's been just fine with that. The 16 rule. But I was like, nah. There are a few exceptions, but usually there's a mechanic in the room to do something or something like that. But anyway,
So that's my
favorite memory, Justin.
Game wise, Kineticist came out. I stopped playing DOS, but as far as like book wise, it's more like just because of us, of just the Balcora's room, it's Balcora.
The suite, Belcora's suite.
I hated that so much.
And that's why everyone
Kamui
loves
could not run away
and
fast
then taught
enough.
that sword that song immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah. First roll on the sword automatically intimidated it to shut the hell up.
That was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my favorite memories of the book. It was like, no,
Yeah.
we're not having this.
But when I found out that its singing buffs us, I was like, oh, I fucked up. I was like, I fucked up. Please sing, sword. And you're like, it's only 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, thank God.
A little weird, but I liked a good memory I have is the Otori possessing us and missing.
You.
Possessing your shadow and
you.
missing.
I was like, okay, yeah, sure, this should be fine. No, misses again.
I was
misses
really
again.
running like 3s and 4s. I was like, what the?
what?
All right,
Bliss.
but like,
Come on,
but
game.
otherwise, I really enjoyed how everybody changed as characters, like through this, especially this chapter where everybody like got mixed up into different classes and a different I feel like we're evolving for better and for worse, and I think that's interesting.
Now, do you like, or I guess because this is last episode. Do you want me to Do you want me to keep Pharasma involved, or do you want me to kind of dial back on that?
I like how I'm interested in how the relationship can develop.
Okay.
I'd like to keep it like kind of natural and see like where it goes. Because I can see it going either way, where like she kind of cuts out Pharasma and like that could have consequences. But
There
like,
are curses for deities.
But she also might I don't know, start vibing with her again. I don't know. It's complicated.
No, and I will roll with it whatever punch you throw my way.
Oh yeah, you had the whole mausoleum scene.
Yeah,
that was fun too.
I loved writing that mausoleum scene. That was so much fun. In terms of like, I mean, I wrote bullet points for it so I could adapt on the fly. Like it wasn't a cutscene, but I loved the crypt or the mausoleum. That was a lot of fun.
Me too.
Yeah,
Second round.
That and
Kelly has
Shelly
some
becoming
really-
jealous of her prior appearances.
Kelly has some really fun backstory. I really appreciate the way that we've been doing it this way because I just vibe with role playing as it comes.
As it comes. Okay.
Yeah.
Behind the curtain, any questions of 4? Like I said, outside of lowering the AC of the Void Glutton by 2. No modifications to Jaw, Mesmin. I didn't modify any of the Wisp encounters. Didn't modify Volcasm Ray. I don't think I modified any encounters. I said outside of the Mysterious Stranger. Obviously, the Mysterious Stranger is the Mysterious Stranger.
Does someone buy that book in base game?
Oh yeah, in the original canon.
So in the original canon, Whispering Reeds is actually capable of just being destroyed. It has there's no like magic ritual required or anything. It's like, yeah, it's just an old, it's an important book and there's only like 14 of them Galarian, but yeah, you can just destroy it. I'm like, what? No, no, it's like, this is super important.
So you opt to have me kill. in it.
Nearly kill.
Uh,
Nearly kill.
uh,
No,
what kind of GM you are.
Yeah, no, of course. Or no. I'm all about cranking it up, as we discussed. So I was not a fan of like, oh, you can just destroy it. I'm like, what? No, fuck that. Like how I put it, even the other GM, Trevor from Roll for Intent, when I guested on his podcast to play in part of his book one, my character had a young daughter that was like 7 years old, Marcus Klim, and his daughter Atia, and what ended up happening was their group kept the book, and one of them lived in town, or they all lived in town, but one of them had their like the wife and 2 kids, and they kept the book like on the on the like fireplace shelf, and they're like, oh, we'll keep it up high enough so the kids can't get it. And my character's daughter was old enough to climb up there and grab it, and then she starts like, she saw her dead mother, shit got fucked up, and like, so her brain got nuked, and so because like me and the other GM were like, yeah, no, we're not gonna let that book get destroyed, we're gonna use it to insert story points and all sorts of shit. It's like, nah, it's a waste if you just let that book get destroyed. It's like such a waste of an awesome.
Are there any combats that you wish you would have made harder?
Good question.
Let me think. No, because I like one of my favorite things about Abomination Bolts is that the level of danger and severity is based on how the group tackles it. Guys went straight down to the second sub basement, and that's what nearly got you killed. And then you went up to the first sub basement, which was easier because you already gained enough experience to be stronger. And so what ended up, some of the fights that seemed easier were only easier because you encountered them later when you were stronger. So no, not really. I think generally speaking, so far so good. Maybe the only thing I would have increased in difficulty, I think the Scalathrax were a little underwhelming.
What was the Scalathrax?
The Scalathrax are these like,
or was that before?
I think that was before you.
Yeah, it was before you. That was when at the end of the Gauntlight event at the graveyard, those green four-legged aberration
The spider things. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just Scalathrax
forget
are
about
such
them.
fucking.
Yeah, they
I'm
weren't
like,
difficult at all. I forgot about
they're
them.
only really like those kind of like mobs that have a lot of like capabilities that trigger another capability. In my experience, are only really good if they're above the enemies, above the party's level, because they're gonna actually be able to meet those conditions to get additional benefits. Where if the creature is below the level of the party, it's very rare that they're not gonna pass whatever fortitude check or whatever reflex check or what. And so it's like you're only gonna get those things very rarely. It's like no, I'd rather throw one that's really strong. But the thing was, I didn't want to. I was like, no, the whole thing with this graveyard thing is like I wanted it to be a massive fight, so massive, or like a, feel like waves of crazy shit. And so I was like, nah, I'm not going to modify that. But I wish I would have raised the level of a Scalathrax to like 7 and just had 1, and like that would have been like y'all would have gotten. It would have been a lot different encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of that, no, I wouldn't have modified any encounter.
A question for you, Justin. Do you wish that your kineticist would have been built differently?
Yeah, but it's like thematically, like it fits with the initial joke of Dawson being a waterhead.
I
Came to
love the
fruition.
water
Yeah,
Like it's just a
baby.
one-off joke. It's like, you know what? Sure, I'll write it out. I was like, water has some good stuff.
Yeah.
And there is that one thing where if I like stick to one element, I get a bonus.
Oh yeah, being
If I made my
gate.
own kinesis from scratch, you'd be like, oh, it'd be start with like 2 elements, do some other stuff.
It's fun building characters that are like based in
is.
role play rather than like
Yeah.
trying to make the optimal.
Mhm.
To me, I say as I make.
It's like, yeah, I'm having fun with like the restriction of water, but it's like it makes it more interesting.
yeah.
And it also helps if I read the tooltips and
Read your
understand
tooltips, folks.
that
That's
Winter's Clutch and Winter's Grasp are
Yeah.
very different.
very different things.
So I thought I was taking that one. Oh no, I already committed to this one. That's the circle of make everyone slip.
read your tooltips, guys.
But I can get a thing to make y'all immune to it. So
Yeah.
But
if
Yeah.
I so choose.
it
And
was
Josh,
good. I thought the 4th chapter was good though, right?
you thought chapter 4 was good?
Yeah, I thought chapter 4 was good. Reading back on it, a lot happened, but I think a lot of it was actually roleplay too. So like,
Mhm.
it felt
I
like,
think the roleplay has been a lot of fun.
yeah,
I think the interaction we all have is very genuine. It's none of it's forced.
Yeah.
No,
We don't discuss
No.
how we're gonna roleplay with each other prior to playing.
And it's like with Myrtle, I can actually do stuff. Thassa was just like a blank slate.
Oh, dude, I love Myrtle over Thassa. Like as someone who's in the campaign with you.
I made Thassa like the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
That
joking.
explains a couple things.
She was baked overnight.
Yeah.
Or she was underbaked.
That makes.
But that I feel like that makes her more genuine, and I've liked the change of Thassa to Myrtle.
Yeah.
And I hope to see maybe if Myrtle still retains some of like Thassa's. Well, I'm excited to explore.
Thassa didn't have anything.
I'm excited to explore what Myrtle has to offer.
He has big old
in book
titties.
2. Yeah,
Water titties.
past the
Big
water
titties and
titties.
big old hips.
Splash.
So final rating, Aaron, you were a 7 at the beginning of this this session.
Probably still gonna give it a 7. I feel like a 7.
IGN 7.
I feel like a 7's still really strong.
No, I'm not saying it isn't,
like compared to like all a few of the other adventures I've run, like maybe like I enjoyed like the early circus one. What was it
Extinction Curse?
called? Extinction Curse is pretty good like at the start, but I liked how open the Abomination Vault was. It felt like reading back on the chapters is like, boy, we sure did not do this in any
Oh, we
order.
did not follow any
That's the beauty of
path.
Abomination
And I
Vault.
like that.
That's the beauty of
Yeah.
Abomination Vaults, is the ability to go down to the third sub basement either one floor at a time or just fucking go downstairs.
So
and
yeah,
see what
this,
happens.
Dig
this
that
is gonna
hole.
be a
Do that. Take that hole. Fuck you. No.
This is a GameSpot 7 out of 10.
Oh, GameSpot
Ooh.
7 out of 10.
I don't know either. It's definitely changed though.
Okay. And Justin, you were a 6.5 before.
Probably the same because like
Okay.
I still like the dungeon and like how that played out and how we did have order, but still kind of worked out. But just the paralysis was annoying. The wisps are annoying. Enemy
Wisp.
variety is kind of garbage.
Oh, garbage tier enemy variety. Yikes.
I mean, it is an undead spooky vault, so you can expect undead spooky thing.
Don't
Mhm.
worry, you'll be surprised for what's coming up next.
It's
Oh, I 100% promise you.
But I mean, like there's like fun
Remember
little
your
nugs, like the
words.
gibbering mouth. It was fun.
yeah, no, yeah.
When you
A
when
couple
you wink die
encounters-
later, that we're gonna clip this and put this part in.
Wow, it's crazy how the next
Garbage.
adventure's all
Garbage.
fishmen. That's weird.
What, we're fighting humans?
Sam, you were a 7.5 before. Increase, decrease, stay the same.
As far as the campaign itself goes, I would say it's the same. But my overall enjoyment with this group is probably an 8.
An 8. Ooh. Okay.
Because I like that you guys are trying to interact, trying to get your characters across rather than just letting one person steamroll everything. Especially you, Justin, because in I would say the first and second chapter, Thassa was not very interactive.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what
Yeah.
she would do.
And I'm so glad that you changed to Myrtle because your character is here. Like
Mhm.
the way you voice, the way you interact, the way you talk, like you don't give a shit.
No,
You don't. and I like that. I like that you're playing your character the way
really
you want.
irreverent to everything.
Yeah, because Thassa just kind of went with the flow with everything.
Yeah, she was a pushover.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Mm.
So
But that's kind of like what was the deal? It's like, oh, the real inner girl started being a pushover, which is what Myrtle is. It's just
and,
like,
no, it's great.
We'll find
I enjoyed
out.
it a lot.
We'll find out more next chapter or next book.
Next book. All right.
Yeah.
And Josh, I know you haven't been here too long, but so far, are you enjoying your time?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were a 7.5 before. You sticking with the 7.5?
We'll say 8.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, going over everything, thinking about it. It's
Dropping it down to 2.
like
Shut up, Sam.
I kind of feel like Stitches at the same time because just like him, I'm
Soulless.
Oh my god.
cut the
That's
episode
cruel.
there.
promise not to tell no one.
Down.
No, like I'm coming into this just like Stitches, and we don't know what's
Flying
happening.
blind, baby.
We're flying blind.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Flying
a good
blind.
inside.
I'm learning who they are.
It's actually kind of really cool too, because like you as someone who's new to second edition and new to this
Story.
this story and to this group outside of Sam, it is a very authentic experience, which is really cool. So it's easy to get into role play with that, just because like you feel like your character in a lot of ways, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like an
Yeah.
actually very super authentic experience. So, All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks for joining me today, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up here.
Thanks,
It was fun.
viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you for your continued support.
And be sure to, like I said, if you want to support the channel, we do have the Podbean patron. I would love for your support. Well, thanks for joining me. Everyone say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.